Alright guys, it's time to confess. I've went Gshock crazy, especially with the squares, primarily the squares, and I'm mostly drawn to the solar option, the tough solar with the multiband 6. As you can see in the background, I have a few others. But this is the one I want to talk about today. This is the GW-5000-1jf, or in short, I think a lot of people call it the 5000. There's the big deal with this one. It has a screw back case back. So instead of where you have the 4 screws holding down either a milled case back or a stamped case back, and then this is another version of the milled case back. But you can also see, here's the other big difference. As you can see, the watch itself is actually plastic. And then that attaches to that with a gasket, and then it has the plastic resin surround. The difference with these, when you get the models with the screw down case back, the watch itself is actually steel. Okay? And then they put this plastic resin surround over it. So if you were to take off this covering, you would have an all metal watch instead of a plastic watch underneath there. So it does add to the thickness of it a little bit, and it also adds to the heft. The other big difference with this one is the strap is way more flexible, pliable, and like just softer, nicer feeling. And it's kind of strange that they didn't go with, like, say, a combi bracelet like on the negative display one, the 5610, because I think, and I know guys will put those combi bracelets on this model. You have to do some modifications to get them to fit, but I think it would balance it out more. It doesn't bother me after a little while of wearing it, but when you first put it on versus some of the other G-Shocks, it does feel a little top heavy, but that goes away pretty quick. And I think because of this, the way it sits on your wrist, it kind of doesn't move around much. It pretty much settles in really nice. I'm not going to go over all the functions. I mean, it has a bunch of stuff, so alarms and stopwatch and all that stuff, okay? So there's tons of videos on all the functions of them, so we're not going to go over all that. Man, this is something to feel like in hand. It's weird feeling the softness on a G-Shock, because you're used to, this is like a newer style strap they're using. This one's still really comfortable. It's a little bit wider than this one. I don't know if you can see that. It's a touch wider. This is also the one they're using to get like different layers, so they're like laminating them or putting different colors on top and bottom. This one does fit really good. And then there's, I don't have it in front of me, but the standard bracelet that came, or the strap that came on the economy version of this is yet again different than that one and this one. But I wanted to give you guys a quick look at this. It does wear really nice and fit really good. Tell you what, I do want to show you the thickness difference though, and it's hard to do, so I'm just going to go to the top of the, so you're looking at 12/8. That's to the top of this part. The glass is actually submerged down in a little bit. If you go, say, with just the milled one, you're looking at 12/2. So it's slightly thicker. That part doesn't really bother me. And then, I don't know if this one's different yet again. This one has a little bit different case back. 12/9. So that one's fairly thick. This is one of those tied versions. I did a review on this, and Bruce did actually a really good one on this too. I'm actually thinking about ordering the white version of this one as well. These are the G-Shock squares are just fun to collect because they're so affordable. Oh, speaking of which, this one was like $280, maybe a little bit more, on Amazon through my Amazon Prime. And I think they're actually more on eBay. They're more expensive. I'm not sure where they land. I think in the in the 300s area somewhere. Last time I looked on Amazon, it said there's only 2 left, but I didn't check other sellers, so there might be more available. But this might be one. I'm not sure the production run on these, or when they come out, and how many they're going to make, or how many they did make. So, you know, 280. I think what you're getting is, this is a top example of a 5000, 5600, 5610, all the different, you know, prefixes to them. This is, I think, overall considered the top model because it is the actual steel case. And this one has a really good high quality DLC coating on it. Or diamond, it's DLC stands for diamond like coating. So it's a really tough, durable. And I've worn this only a few days. I think it's going to be difficult to get scratches on the backside. So I don't know that it's necessary, because the older ones did not have black. They were just a standard stainless steel. And so I don't really care either way. But these things are just so cool to me. I don't know. Like, I just want to collect them all. So I do have another one inbound, and it's a pretty cool one, I think, special. So I will be sharing that with you hopefully at the beginning of this week. So there's a quick look at the GW-5000.